Hello, everyone. Welcome to DytoDnD. We're back once again with It's Wednesday, my dudes. Rime of the Frostmaiden, and we have a few players with us. Let's introduce them right quick before we get into things. Actually, let's do announcements first. Not much from what I'm aware of. Just our other shows on Sunday. The return of Song of Phandelver happens, and that's at 7 Eastern Standard Time as well. The following day, Monday, is a Morris on the channel as well. Be sure to follow on social media, Swindler's Den, at everything you can think of, even Patreon, where you can get the audio versions for just $1 a month. It's crazy how cheap that is. Because I'm going to be spending so much money on Patreon. That's a separate issue. To our players, let's start with Grizlocke. You introduce yourself and who you're playing today.
Hey everyone, I'm Grizlocke. You can find me at all things Grizlocke. I'm playing Orlin, the half-orc wizard. I'm really quickly... Today we're experiencing some issues on Discord. I'm going to try to do a really quick fix, so hold on just a moment. Quick. Okay. Is this better? We will see.
Oh, I think so.
I can't stay not blinking.
Let's continue with some intros.
Wait, hold on. Oh, here we go.
Bumbleskum.
Hey, it's your boy Bumbleskum. I play Heinlein Swornsword, and it didn't fix anything for me, so I'm just gonna disconnect real quick, and I'll be right back.
All right. While we do that, cameras will be messed up, but joining us at some point this session, I won't reveal when. We do have Dyto, so you don't have to say the character's name yet to come in, but is here with us to start off.
Yeah, I'm Dyto. We'll find out who or if I'm even playing it tonight.
She might just sit time.
Yeah, I'll just sit here all night. But yeah, you can catch me here Mondays and Wednesdays, and on Fridays you can catch me on Weave the Tale, where I play even spookier tabletop RPGs.
Ooh. Next on the lineup is TommieTaco.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm TommieTaco. You can find me at twitch.tv/TommieTaco here on Swindler's Den on Wednesdays and Sundays. And I play Zavros Weinrin, the half-elf ranger, here for Rime of the Frostmaiden.
And, but not least, Dr. Phage.
Hello, I'm playing Axel, the Goliath fighter. I almost forgot who I was playing, even though I only play one person. But it's okay. Yeah, and you may hear a dog tonight. They're totally fine. They're just being a brat.
Just boy who in our upcoming recap. So last session, our group. Oh, everybody's dipping in and out tonight. In our group. Where'd you guys start? Oh, you were coming back from Lonelywood, right? No.
Yeah.
Were you?
We were coming back. Yes, we were coming back from the Lonelywood Woods to Lonelywood.
Yes, I'm so sorry. I forgot that happened at the beginning, and I know at the end. So last started off ending the hunt of the white moose in Lonelywood and bringing back its head to Speaker Nimsy Huddle, who said that it would later be within her home there, or the tavern is where they're going to put it. Our group then decided to go back south to continue their quest for finding Cephik, the murderer, as it were, that was still out and at large, who they had encountered earlier and had swiftly defeated our group. They continued south, going through Plain, and later to Argos. And on that, they picked up another quest. Before that, they were heading through the tundras, taking down the Targos. When they noticed what seemed to be a frozen corpse off in the wastelands. Zavros pay respects to this person, headed out. Though it was a frozen corpse, it was also still attached to its mount, which was an ancient white dragon that had buried within the blizzard from the night previous. They group, not wanting to engage with this dragon or become its next meal, offered many rations and ultimately offering one of their beaks, Tauntaun, Orland's axe beak, to the dragon to satisfy its hunger before it took off back into the night sky of Icewind Dale. They then continued on down to Targos. They contemplated what the move should be when a sled dog approached them that had seemed to have run off from its sled. Zavros talked with the dog, finding out that it's and the owner's bird he was guiding had been attacked up on Calvin's cairn when the mountains high in the northern part of 10 towns. They brought Boy, the dog, to the husband that lived in Targos to get further information, where they found more about Garrett, the missing guy, and decided that it was more pertinent to deal with this and immediate danger and the possible Yeti that lived within that area as well. And that's where we left off. So our group is currently about to head off into the frozen wastes, deciding to cross the open tundra rather than take the long way around through the Bryn Shander and the two Caer Koenig and Caer Dinival, when even over this loud wind that is sweeping across the snow and ice, you hear a voice calling out to you.
We turn and walk the other way. No, I'm kidding.
There's this voice I'd like to go ahead and call out to them.
Right. So yeah, everybody hears, Mr. Heinlein! Mr. Heinlein! But Heinlein hears it in stereo. Wait, stop, hold on.
Heinlein's does stop? I guess, what do you mean I hear it in stereo?
You hear it twice. Like, you hear me saying it, but you also hear it again.
Okay. So, he does stop, very confused, and he looks around.
And you see a large white axe beak coming towards you with, if Tyto would like to explain what is riding on this axe beak.
Yeah, so what you would probably see is like just this white figure with just stark short blue hair just speeding like right up to you. And as she gets closer, she's like breathing heavy, like she was the one running, not like she's just riding an axe beak. Just yelling and trying to get you to stop.
Okay. Do I recognize you, or are you just saying my name?
I
Okay.
don't think you recognize me.
Yeah, you
Okay,
wouldn't
that's-
recognize this person.
Okay. Excuse me, but I don't quite know who you are.
Yep, hold on. And she goes into
Let alone how you would know my name.
side pouch. She has this paper. It's a rough sketch of you, Mr. Heinlein. She turns it around, shows it to you. As she's closer, you can see she's got a white cloth over her face and these big ski goggles.
I'm sorry, but this only brings up more questions. Not a lot of answers.
Oh, I forgot his name. Mr. Trollbane sent me from Brennan to check your... Wait, is that where he was from?
Yep, Miss Trollbane from Bremen. It would be female.
Okay.
She wanted me to check on your progress with the cold man. Make sure everything was going all right.
I've located him. I guess you can tell, Miss Trollbane. I've located him. I know where he's at, and I understand how dangerous he is, and that he for sure is the one doing it. And he will be dealt with shortly.
Right. I was sent to help in any way that I can.
And he like looks you up and down. How tall are you? I know you're sitting on the axe beak, but
like 2.5 feet tall.
okay. And you're not a dwarf?
No, I'm not a dwarf.
You're not stout like a dwarf? Okay.
No.
I'm sorry, but I'm not too sure exactly how much you can help with this.
I have my ways. I was able to survive the blizzards for enough time to survive and get to Bremen?
Yep.
Why do I always forget these town names? Bremen?
Yep, Bremen.
But Celeste Steele, by the way.
Next. I guess as you know, my name's Heinlein Sworn Sword, but you can just call me Heinlein. You don't need to use Mister in front of that.
You know, they didn't do the nose justice. The nose is way, way off.
Excuse me?
In the picture. And she hands it to you, the picture that she has of you.
Is it like just like a children's drawing, or like is it like
no,
a
like
sketch?
everything else looks perfectly proportionate, but your nose is like super bulbous and big. Like does not look like your nose at all.
This is interesting. I guess I'd say it probably doesn't look like me, but I guess. And he'll just hand it back to you. Not really. He's very much still in a state of confusion with this. You seem a little out of breath for riding. Sorry, there's just a lot of questions here. One, how did you find me here? As we're standing in like the open roads, like about to head out.
You guys are in Still Lonely Wood, right?
No, so they are just outside of Targos, but they're at the fork where it splits to either go up to Termlane or to Brinchander.
Okay, yeah, okay. So I was passing through. I was supposed to meet you guys and find you in Brinchander, but someone said something about seeing you in town now, so I figured I would catch you early. Instead of making the trip all the way down to Brinchander for you not to be there.
I suppose. You seem a little out of... Sorry. Again, I have to bring this point up. You seem a little out of breath from just riding to us. So yeah. I'm a little unsure how much help you're going to be right now.
It's kind of an empathy thing. Like, I can kind of feel what the Axbeak is feeling. Not really. I'm just excited. I might have had a little too much to drink. But that's beside the point.
It's like noon. Why are you drinking? Well, I haven't even started yet.
Well, would you like to?
Well, no, we're going to go into the tundra.
We're, yeah, so, would you say your name was, Celeste?
Celestial.
Celestial. Yeah, me and my traveling group here, we're actually about to head on to Kelvin's Cairn right now, up in the mountains. So I'll have you know, we probably won't be. Okay. And I just want to bring this.
You can climb a mountain.
I think those are two very different proficiencies. But I have to wonder. You are out of breath by when we're about to go climb a mountain, which I don't know if you've climbed many mountains, but it is strenuous work.
I mean, I can keep up, but I mean, she kind of kicks a leg out of a stirrup. I'm a little short, so keeping up might be a little harder, but I can do it.
I turn back and look at the other three.
It's an extra pair of hands.
I did see this plate once where this really short person got underneath the. I want to say what this was a yeti. Maybe it was a snow. It was a snow creature of some kind. They knocked it out and he pulled his teeth out.
What?
I got
I ain't never seen
Yeah.
it.
Oh, I get it now. I did. It
Yeah.
took me a second.
Okay, I'm not too. Okay, interesting monster dentistry aside, I guess I can't say that it's gonna be dangerous. So I'll just, it's probably safer to travel in a group. That's what I've come to learn in my time here. But it's no. I need you to understand exactly that the kind of work that we're about to do and you've been asked to assist me on are quite deadly. Like, you could lose your life at any moment. And I need
Isn't
you to
that a pirate's
understand
life?
that. Isn't that a what?
Isn't that a pirate's life?
What's a pirate?
Thieves of the sea?
Now I look back to the group again. After it being told that we're being joined by a pirate and a thief.
Who told you that we were pirates?
No, I'm a pirate.
You're
a pirate? I mean, I was a pirate until my ship got stuck in that frozen lake ocean thing up there. The moving ice one.
You know, I think I did hear something about that.
Yeah. Heard something, but that's interesting. All right, well, and I make sure that my stuff is slightly more secured to my person.
Yeah.
And again, I guess if you're, it's gonna be deadly. If you know the risks, then you can come along. But
Well, I'm sure the risk is worth my reward, so I'm here.
We have nothing to offer you.
Oh, you're not paying me. Don't worry.
oh, probably for also from Miss Trollbane.
God damn.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, all right. I suppose if you're endorsed by Miss Trollbane, then I guess we'll have to just see what you can do.
All right. She kind of cracks her knuckles a little bit. What are we going to test our strengths on first?
The snow.
Yeah.
What, do you want me to
that
shovel
was-
it?
Not okay. I think you're taking something a little literally here. I just meant in due time, you will either prove yourself or die.
Sounds like
it's
life.
more. So this is a point of contention. I also wanted to bring up. Should we be following the road to Tourmaline and then go off road, or should we just be digging straight out into the wilderness? I'm not from the area, so I've done plenty of off-road adventuring myself. I just want to make sure we're on the same page where we're going. Because I feel like the dog will be able to. I'm sure Boy will be able to direct us once we're in the mountains, regardless. So.
Perhaps we should take the trail back. Safest option.
would probably save a little bit of time. I do not know how much, but at least some.
Yeah. I was just thinking that if we're going to be out in the wilderness, only do it as much as necessary. Sounds... a lot of bad things can happen when you're out in the wilderness, so...
Gosh.
All right. It sounds like you're going to head up to Tourmaline first before you head over to Kelvin's Cairn. So, the trip to Tourmaline will take you about 2 hours, but you've already taken this path. So, nothing crazy. You do see the great indent where the dragon laid the previously is still there as you pass it. And of course this biting wind that cuts right through your furs down to your bones as you round the lake, and see Tourmaline in view. Do you go directly into Tourmaline, or are you gonna just veer off before you get there?
I assumed we would veer off since we don't need to go into town, and just then take the most direct route to the mountain, to the cairn.
Right. So yeah, you can kind of skirt around the Dwarven Valley as well if you would like. But yeah, as you peel off into the tundra, like it's rockier and it's a harder go, but you did get around the majority of it. So it did save you quite a bit of time, but you still got a little ways to go here. But if I could get a survival check from somebody, you guys can decide who, and with advantage, because you have boy with you. Or if Zavros did, it'd be advantage anyway, but it doesn't stack, so whoever does it gets advantage. Up to you guys. I don't want to force Zavros into it every time, if he doesn't want to do it every time. But
can I cast guidance on whoever is doing it?
You can, yes.
Like, Zavros is our best option, but also every time he rolls this, he rolls it so bad.
Let's do it.
Do it.
I legit have no idea where we're going, so I will never, unless I have to.
And you can roll the D4 as well.
Yay, 19.
A 19. Yes, you, with the help of Boy, it takes the second form because you guys went a different path than he did, but he's able to kind of figure out where he's going. And Zavros as well can kind of pick out the easiest pathways that all three of your axe beaks and the sled can go. 2 sleds. I keep forgetting you have a mummy laying down in a sled behind one of the axe beaks that I think one of your party members isn't aware of yet. You start.
I think, as far as I know, I'm the only one to have introduced myself. So
yeah,
I think it's fair that the mummy hasn't.
So unless you guys want to stop to introduce yourselves, you just continue forward. And as you are going, give me perception checks, because I assume you're looking out, especially having come across a dragon recently. Yeah, give me perception checks.
Jeez.
Everybody but Celeste, you see, not directly in front of you, but kind of, it's within eye shot of you. It's about, you're going forward, and you start to see a figure moving through the wasteland by themselves. They're kind of staggering, and they seem to be dragging something with them, and they aren't wearing a shirt at all, any kind of clothing on their upper torso, and their pants seem to be tattered. They don't seem to notice you yet, but you do see, and they have really long hair, facial hair from what you can see from here, and even from here you can kind of see where spots of their body have frostbite starting to set in.
Seems to be a naked man out there.
How close are we to a human sacrifice town? We're kind of far, right?
Yes, because it's Targos, Brinchander, and East Haven, so you're quite a ways away from those.
Heinlein pays it no mind.
Yeah, I think Heinlein even has a harder time seeing this. You might see the
absolutely.
But
I might see like a silhouette of someone, but I, especially after our last encounter in the wasteland, I pay it no mind.
How tall is this?
seems to be standard humanoid shape, probably around 6 feet.
The last person we tried to talk to or interact with was on a dragon. We have a person in a cave being hunted by a yeti. Priority.
How far
They
along are we? Sorry.
How far along are you? You are about here at this point.
It could be one of them who's escaped and is making their way back. Why else would they have no shirt?
Why would they be walking in this direction when the Care Koenig is much closer in the opposite direction?
You have a point, but perhaps they don't know where they're going. Look, the reason I'm hunting this Sheffic is, because I would like people to avoid this fate, freezing outside, and if they manage to avoid the drawing, only to be met with the sword, I don't find that fair. I would like to help this man or woman. But we're a group, so if you say pay it no mind, I won't, but it could be one of the people we're looking for.
I'm here just following Mr. Heinlein's lead. I'm sorry, just Heinlein, no misters.
Well, that's your call. The last thing I tried to touch, well, yes, it's your call.
How far away is this person-shaped thing?
They're just out of like dark vision range for most of you, so it's like you're getting bits and pieces of them. But you had pretty good perception checks. They're about 80 feet out.
Okay, so I have dark vision out to 120, so I should be able to see them a little bit better.
Yeah, you got a lot more of these than the rest of them did.
Okay. I look at Orlin and I say, if nothing else, we can outrun them if it's a bad thing. And I just like, as loudly as I can, go, friend? And just like shout out at this thing, ready to make the escape.
You shout friend, and this figure turns to look at you, and now that he's looking at you and you have your dark vision and the rest of them, you can see these almost yellowed eyes, as if he's been dehydrated or something along those lines, and you can see his nose is completely gone, and where it should be is just like black frostbitten skin, and some of the bone is showing through. And as you yell out friend to his and he starts moving towards you, and he just lifts up the hand that's dragging something and starts to spin his flail over his head. And in the glints of the moon, what's left, or no, is it new moon? Yeah, what's very much little left of the moon, you can see this black spiked flail head on the end of the chain, and it almost glistens like ice, like a black ice, as he starts towards all of you.
So I take it we're gonna have to kill this thing.
Already dead. We are quicker than it.
Let's go.
As soon as you see this guy charging towards you, you take off into the tundra. And you can hear his shouts as he tries to follow you for quite a ways, but eventually you're able to outrun him.
Goodbye, friend.
I'll actually show you guys a picture of what. Actually, no, I can't because it says the name. Never mind. You can't see him
No.
yet. Yeah, because you never know if you see one.
Go back. He's got a name.
Let's go back.
But you continue on
Metagame.
further into the tundra. It's
I guess
not
in-
too. Yep,
I will
go ahead.
say, in this time, I'll probably explain to Celeste where we're going and why.
Okay.
About like, so way she's just not following. Like, oh, I wonder what this has to do with anything. But yeah, we are going to try and help this dog's owner, who seems to be lost and attacked by yetis in the mountains. But more importantly, on top of that, it's possibly that it's a monster that Mr. Zavros here is trying to hunt down. So this is more of a, helping out Zavros on his mission.
You're muted. Hear that, or I just didn't hear it.
To find a Yeti.
Yes.
People lost in a cave, following a dog, kill a Yeti. Who's Zavros?
And
Are you
I like gesture to the elf.
I do a crazy bow on them. I try to stand up on this sled. I just bow.
You're dexterous enough. I won't make you roll for it.
I'm assuming it's because he pulls stunts like this that he's been very non-attentive to our surroundings enough to navigate us to the best degree. But so far, we most of us have yet to die. So I think,
Most?
yep, most of us. 1, 2, 3.
I mean, it looks like you're
4.
all here.
Yeah, that's the most of us.
What about that thing in there? What is that? Is that the other half of the rest of them?
You wouldn't see it. It's completely covered.
Yeah.
I don't think you guys have even put her in her new clothes, so. Yes,
We haven't. She's still wrapped up in the
She
fucking.
just
waiting.
are covered by like equipment and stuff.
Yeah. We'll wait until we get to Kellen's turn to do it. Or until we can trust Celeste, I think is important.
Yeah. I'm all in, by the way.
Orlin, Zavros. Who's the big guy?
Axel.
Axel. Orlin, Zavros. Ivan. Nice to meet you guys.
Yep.
Who died?
Very blunt.
A friend, we should get back on the road.
All right.
I will say, as Axel points the group to get back on the road, trying not to waste too much time. It's like getting close to 5 real world time. It's like later in the evening, or early evening, I should say. When a blizzard out of nowhere just suddenly hits all of you.
Oh, not again!
Just instantly, wind picks up and snow starts slamming into all of you as you're trying to continue forward. You can continue forward if you'd like, or you can settle down. You know that at some points, it's not always, Zavros has a harder time traversing blizzards, but that's up to you if you want to test it or not.
I suppose it's up to you, Zavros. That was not his accent. I suppose it's up to you, Zavros. Do you think we can make through this, or do you think we should shelter?
Well, the safest bet would be to make shelter.
You're on a timetable as well.
How close are we? To the
Um,
cairn.
You can see the cairn at this point. Like, you could before the blizzard started.
Okay.
You wouldn't know exactly where you are within the tundra, but you're getting closer.
Well, if worst case scenario, we could always just try to push through and see if we can find a cave to shelter in until the blizzard passes, and then we traverse the mountain.
I
We're
can
kind of
give
in the middle of a
whoever-
tundra. Not much shelter.
I can give whoever's looking or whoever's guiding a little bit of an extra push.
We don't know how long this blizzard could last. It could be a day, hours, could blow right over. Keep in mind, we still have to get to Suffolk. And the longer we wait to rescue this man, the more chance he's not going to make it.
No offense,
Really?
but
Sorry.
if the choice is between this man dying and our group dying, I would choose that man to die.
And that is fair.
Sounds logic.
But I think, obviously, if Zavros is the one leading us, then he's going to know what's best for moving forward. I think we should probably support whatever decision he makes.
Of course.
Zavros was thinking and said, "Oh, all this unwarranted faith." Well, onward then, I guess. I'm gonna try and do it. Survival, huh?
Oh, yeah, never mind.
And I'm gonna give him guidance.
All right,
Try
and you
and
do
get
have
us through this.
advantage on this as well. Though it is just a higher DC instead. That's the trade-off.
Let's do it. Nat 20.
Nat
Oh!
20. Yes,
Man,
you,
before.
you are like visibility is like 30 feet, but you still like remember where you saw Calvin's Cairn before this blizzard rolled in. And you know well enough to not just like keep your focus on one thing. You make sure everybody stays with you. Maybe even have like ropes tied to each other so you're not getting lost within the blizzard. You have this covered. You start heading forward. It does slow your pace a little bit, but you are still on mounts, and these axe beaks can take this weather, as well as boy. So you're able to push through at what would be a normal walking pace instead of your mount pace. So you continue forward. As you were going, I don't know if you would stop for this or not, but you would see, like, you almost run right across what appears to be a sled that has been destroyed. It's up to you if you want to stop for that or not. I know you guys are in a hurry to get where you're going, though.
I'm just gonna shout, "There's a destroyed sled next to us, but we need to get out of this blizzard. We'll check it on the way back."
That fits the story of what Boy said to you, yes?
Yes, he said that they were ambushed, so keep alert at the same time.
We must be getting close then.
Continue forward. Because you rolled a 20, I will only need a single Constitution saving throw from all of you to keep hold of yourself while traveling through this blizzard.
Thank you for
Quick
not
question.
saying me twice.
Before you do, beforehand, can I, quick question? This is a DM question. It's up to you. If I feel like things are getting tough, can I, obviously I know this is like for an extended period of time, but as things are getting tough, can I, basically say some words of encouragement and cast Bless? That's a concentration up to a minute, so I don't want to like say, "Oh, I want to cast Bless right before the saving throw," if it's like, because it's like an extended period of time. So if you're okay with that,
like, yeah, like you can feel the cold starting to set into your bones, and you can call out to help your party. How many people can you get with your Bless?
I can up to 3 others, I think, or is it up to 3 cut creatures of my choice.
Okay, so who would you choose?
So, okay, don't worry. This is getting pretty cold, but I think we can still make it under Zavros's guidance. I think we're all doing pretty good here. We're almost there, and once we hit the tree lines, I think that should at least break some of the wind. And I will bless Zavros, Celeste, and Orlin.
All right, you guys get. Is it a?
It's a D4 with their
D4
saving throw.
on top of your saving throw.
Oh my gosh.
13.
Oh my gosh.
So, like Zavros.
So my question is, what about our our hidden friend? Do they have to do?
She's fine because she is undead. So everybody kind of steals themselves at these words. And,
I gotta get mine. I forgot to roll mine.
Oh yeah, you have to roll yours too.
22.
Okay.
Everybody kind of steals themselves at this word. Zavros is like in the front of everybody though, and he catches these words, but it's not quite enough to break the wind that he's taken the blunt force of this blizzard coming down from the north, and you do take 1 level of exhaustion.
Never speak to us again in a blizzard. Damn.
Which did you already have a level of exhaustion?
I
or is
did.
That, like, wow,
I did
so you
have
have
a
2
level of
levels?
exhaustion.
You have 2 levels now. Okay.
Oh, no.
That'll be fun for you. Let me get my DM screen just to be sure, because I know it's checks.
I think it's ability checks and saving throws now.
Well, that'll be fun for you to deal with.
Oh yeah, man, that's gonna be great. No, my speed is halved.
Oh, your speed's
So
half.
I've got disadvantage on ability checks.
Throws.
I got disadvantage on ability checks and speed halved. Oh shit, that means all of my survival checks should have been normal.
It's
advantage.
fine. I think it didn't matter at the end of the day because it would have equaled out, and you would have still got the net 20, I believe.
Yeah, the nat 20 would have still.
Whoop. Almost flipped my chair.
Yeah.
All right. So you continue on, and you are able to make it out of this blizzard. You're only in the blizzard for about 2 hours, but you can see like it's continuing to the south, so it's still going, but you're able to get through it and past it. And as soon as you make your way out of it, you see Calvin's cairn standing in front of you in all of its glory. This tall mountain with several peaks to it, in front of you, and off in the distance, you start to hear barking. And Boy starts to get very excited and tries to start pulling Axel without Axel giving him any command.
Yeah, I would probably, especially if necessary, I'll roll a quick insight check. But seeing that Zavros is a little worse for wear coming out of that blizzard,
I'm like
13.
panting, just like leaning up against rocks and shit.
But I'll like with Boy start to take the lead a little bit more and kind of let Boy, especially now that we're hearing dogs barking, lead us in that direction, presumably toward the rest of his pack.
Yeah, so Axel takes off with Boy as everybody else follow.
Yeah, but I'm going very slowly.
Well, are we still on mounts?
You are still on your axe beak.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm on the sled.
But fair. You probably aren't having him go as quickly, just so you're not jostling around as much too. And then why? Okay, cool. So as you get closer to the base of Calvin's cairn, actually you see 2 tents that are pitched in the snow near an icy outcropping that acts as a natural windbreaker. Between the tents is an overturned sled, and still harnessed to the sled are 5 howling dogs.
Can I take a look around? Does it look like there's any? I know a blizzard just came through, but has there been any recent activity?
It doesn't seem like it, no. You can give me a perception check, if you would like to. But from initial scan, you don't see much. Yeah, 18. The only activity you really see are from where the dogs are still tied to their sled. But other than that, everything's pretty windswept at this point.
I would head over then and at least see if there's remains here besides the dogs. Like stick my head in the or call out before I would stick my head in one of the tents.
Yeah.
Hello?
So as you look around, like Boy instantly just runs up to the other dogs and is licking them and jumping on them. As you go up, you see that underneath the sled, and like all these dogs seem very excited to see you. They look thin and are barking, and they're interacting with Boy and trying to get to you. And you can see that they're under the sled. There seems to be something that they had been digging at. You stick your head in the tents first, I assume, but the tents just have barely held up through this blizzard that came through recently, and there is nobody inside.
Okay. Seeing that they were digging at something, I would go over and like move the sled out of the way and then take my pick if necessary to help kind of dig at whatever's down there.
Yeah, you're easily enough able to lift the sled. The sled still seems to be usable. It's just that it was flipped over at some points, and the dogs weren't able to move it. Like it got caught up against some rocks, but no external damage or long-lasting damage to it. But as you lift it up, you see that there are two boxes that must have been on top of the sled before it flipped. One of them was close enough to the dogs, it looks like, that they were able to get into it. And they had been able to eat rations out of it as they were stuck there. But the other one is still intact, as it seemed to be too far away from the dogs to get to.
Okay, I'll pop open the second one, assuming that it's rations as well, and pass out a bunch to the dogs.
Yeah, you pop it open. There's a ton of rations in there, which roughly about 12 rations are in there. There are, I forgot to mention, there are 5 sled dogs attached to the sled. And also a broken harness where you could assume Boy was probably attached.
I
People
probably...
around?
Oh, go ahead.
I'm asking Axel. Do you see any people, or is it just the dogs?
No, it is just the dogs. This is probably their base camp, and then they may have gone further up, or the sled may have been the one that he was on before, but I don't know where he would be in the mountains then.
Am I remembering this wrong, or did Boy say that there was a cave?
I don't remember if he said there was. I don't think he would have. Yeah, he didn't say that there was. Just that they were going to the mountain and they got attacked.
I want to kneel down. Say, Boy, come.
You start barking.
Yes, Kratos.
And then like I kneel down to him, kind of like pat him a little bit. Where is your master?
Boy, give me a animal handling. Handle your animal.
I will handle the animals.
Can I assist since I've been working with Boy?
Yeah, you said it before.
I tried to say it before. I was trying to say it before the roll got out.
There.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, you kind of
Works.
help gesture with Boy, and as soon as he sees that you've kind of helped the rest of the dogs, they are still attached to the sled at this point, but the sled is turned back over and they've been fed. He begins barking and goes to the base of the mountain, where you can kind of see a very rough path that it's not a path, but it's a spot where you would be able to start heading up the mountain. And he starts barking there and running back to you, and then running back to the base of the mountain.
I'm assuming this path is just like a hiking path, like we wouldn't be able to take our mounts up it.
Yep, it's the mounts seem to be able to go up this part of it, like the sledge wouldn't. The axe beaks would be able to do it. But you don't know for how long they would be able to go up.
Should we leave all the animals here?
Well, we'll have to leave the sled here at least. I was going to bring a boy on a lead to see if perhaps he could guide us any further, but it is up to you how far you wish to take your mounts.
We can only go as fast as the slowest, and without the sled.
I think we should leave our mounts here.
Yes.
Why can't I find where it is? Shinarn? Is that what the name?
Shinar?
Shinar? Is
I
that her
thought I
name?
said too. 'Cause I
Yeah,
cannot find my notes.
Shanar.
Sorry, I just had it written really sloppily. Yeah. Okay.
No worries.
Okay. I think if anything else, we can just let Shinar watch the base for us.
Good idea.
At the sound of her name, this equipment in the cart starts to move as she sits up in the cart. And Celeste, you see something begin to sit straight up in this cart that you've been traveling with for a few hours now.
How far away is it?
How close to the cart would you have been?
I don't know. I'm close to Highland, so
I would have been. I mean, we're all in a general vicinity of each other because I can't see shit.
Yeah, because it's Orland's Axbeak and Zavras sits in that cart, so.
I'm just, out of surprise, gonna pop Word of Radiance, but it's only a 5 foot just around me, so I just light up in light. I don't think it'll hit her, but it's just that's tough.
I don't think you'd be that close.
Take it easy. It's with us.
As he says this,
Well, I think it's a bit strange to call her it.
Yeah, you see as equipment starts to fall off, and this very poorly disguised, for all intents and purposes, a mummy that's wrapped up in bandages turns to look at you, and you see the one the decaying eye in her mouth peeking through these bandages.
Is that a mummy? You guys are friends with a mummy? Why didn't you leave
Her
with
name's
that?
Shinar.
Hello, new traveler. As she begins to get out of the car, you hear the creaking of all of her joints and bones as she pushes herself up out of the cart.
Doesn't
She
have
won't
any
hurt you, by the
clothes
way.
on.
She has clothes on.
Shinar, we have a task for you.
I'm here to serve.
Guard
The
our
light will fade.
animals and our equipment while we're gone.
I can do that.
Oh, by the way, we got you some better clothes.
Oh, I appreciate this gesture. Thank you.
Dobby is free.
Yes.
She runs off into the forest.
Hopefully, with this new outfit, you'll be able to. You won't have to hide around inside the cart for much longer. You'll be able to be a little bit less tucked away.
I would like to get to know this new lands I'm living in, new times. She starts to put on the heavy winter clothing.
Yeah. Also, Shinar, this is Celeste Steele. Celeste, this is Shinar.
Pleasure to
Shinar
meet you.
is one of our companions.
Sorry about the light. It was a, little bit of a jump scare.
It's quite all right. I don't know how well I would have taken that if it would have got me, but
Well, now that everyone is all acquainted, perhaps we should, find this man.
yes, go on ahead. I will watch your mounts for you.
And do try to stay alive, Shinar. I've got lots of questions for you still.
I shall try my best, Master Zavras.
I told you not to call me that.
Right, sorry. Habits.
Thank you.
right.
It's hard to change habits once you get to that age.
Falling apart, literally.
You guys get Shannara her new clothing and start to head up the cairn, I believe is your plan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Question.
Find that Yeti.
Yes, question.
I'm assuming my crampons would be more useful to have on than my snowshoes currently.
Yes. So
Yeah,
all of you
okay.
have use of both, but the crampons would help you to climb a little bit better. Right now, it's gonna be rough going, but it's not as bad as it will be. You can see where you are starting to climb isn't the ultimate summit. It's not like the highest point that you're gonna be climbing up, but it is still pretty high. But it starts off easy enough where you wouldn't need actual climbing gear or anything for. So, Kelvin's Cairn.
Yeah, so I'd probably take the lead then, using maybe some of the spare rope from the camp just to make like a little leash for Boy, and then start heading up the trail.
Alright.
Would you like to make one of those and drag me? I'm extremely tired.
You are tired. I could carry you. You are a very stick-thin man.
I am, compared to you, I'm very skinny, yes.
I mean, he's a very big man, and she's looking up at Axel.
Just like squat down a little bit, like if you want to. It would not be hard.
No, I think you have your hands full with Boy and leading us. I'll watch the rear.
I have carried heavier things. Let me know if you would like a ride.
Let me just
This
check
is
something
some
because I
epic
might be able to
climbing
put
music.
you on some kind of map here.
Oh.
Map?
But I have to check that you guys can't see something. Because I didn't realize that they actually did this. Let's test it with Orlin, shall we? Feel free to continue talking, because I just had this realization, so I wasn't ready for it.
Also,
Zavros,
literally,
are you...
if we do want to move quicker, I would be able to carry Zavros easily, so it is a legitimate option moving forward.
I just have my bow drawn on your shoulders.
Yeah. That's not a bad idea, because then he could focus on watching where we're going.
I'll like grab a hold of him, and just like drag myself up his back.
Alright, we'll get you all settled there. Just like tucking his legs into my backpack straps like you do a kid.
If Zavros
I'm gonna pay
is
BB
knocked
on
out,
his chest.
if Zavros is knocked out at the beginning of his second hunt as well, I think we should just tell him that he's not a monster hunter.
Yeah.
Look,
This- a little bit
perhaps
of
a
rough
different
love.
career.
You know what?
I will never give.
Now, question. If Zavros eventually if he took the mountain combatant feat, do I count as a mount?
No.
Ooh.
What can you guys see? Is there a big
see,
black rectangle on your screen?
Yeah, just
I
all
see
black.
the black.
Yes,
It's
okay.
all
I
black.
thought it wasn't loaded at first, so
called
but yes, it's
The
black.
void.
Yes.
Okay,
I see nothing.
let me
It's about as much as Heinlein could see.
pull tokens over then. I didn't know if it was going to do this for everything or just the spot you're not supposed to see. So if I pull your
Secrets.
tokens over, we should be fine then. Kelvin's Cairn. Orlin should maybe already be able to see once I put his token on. I'm not sure if I have to update him or not. Can you see Orlin?
I cannot.
Alright, well, let me just get everybody in then. Controlled by Zavros. I should put Orlin first because he has the stream on, but you know. Can you see now, Zavros?
I can see it all, except for the black thing that you have
Okay, cool.
blacked out.
Perfect. That's what I need.
Oh, this is a pretty picture.
Controlled by Orlin. Vision on. Save that setting. You should be able to see now Orlin.
How did Heinlein get ahead of us?
I dragged myself onto the thing, thinking I would be able to see if I put my token on the thing, and I can't see anything. So So that's probably
Heinlein, you're in 2 places. How are you doing this?
Everyone in the Dale has their secrets.
I immediately shoot the Heinlein next to me, thinking he's a fake.
I will. So what will end up happening with this map? I will move one of you to where you generally are on the mountainside, but you don't have to each move your own things because it's just like a general map to show what
here we
what
go.
you're looking at.
All right, let me delete the other one.
Oh, I attacked the wrong one.
Axel, can you work for me, Axel? There we go. Control by Axel. Dynamic lighting. I could have just done one token, everybody control it, but whatever. We're here now. So here is your Calvin's Cairn that you are looking at currently. So I will just use Zavros as my token. So you are here currently, and you start to head up the mountainside. And as you do so, as you start to get higher, you can start to look out and overlook the tundra that you have just crossed. It is dark, so you don't see very far, and you wouldn't be able to see the blizzard that you came through, but you can see the base camp down below as you make your way up, and the night sky above you with a very thin moon in it, as ticking down the timer to the next sacrifice as you begin to climb this mountain. As you do so, make the survival check. It will be flat if Zavros does it because he's a little
being
exhausted.
carried.
He's being carried.
It
It will be a flat roll. If you do it, it'd be advantage for anybody else.
I can do it since I seem to be more in the lead.
Yeah, you're basically just going where he says to go.
Hey, another nat 20 on the survival checks are doing good tonight. So yeah, with Boy out in front of you, you don't have to have Boy on a leash. He's not going to run away or anything. But he runs up ahead of you to show you the path that they would have taken up the side of the mountain. And as you do so, you get to about here, and you see on this rock outcropping there. So as the wind howls, blowing snow down from the top of the mountain, as well as slippery ice making the climb treacherous, but your crampons are able to catch in so you aren't sliding down and off the mountain. Ahead of you, you see 4 mountain goats perched on top of a large rock formation, which you must navigate around. So it is this one right here.
And the goats are in our way?
They're not in the way. They're on this rock outcropping, but you have to go past them from what Boy seems to be showing you.
So I can see them?
Yep, you can see them. They're all just standing up on this rock.
I'm going to cast Speak with Animal. Or Speak with Animals.
All right. Do you still have that, or is that a ritual spell for you?
No, that's a spell.
Because you've used it twice so far today, I believe.
I thought I've only used it once when I was talking to the dog.
You talked to Boy. Why do I think you've used it twice?
Have
You
I
talked
used
to
it
some
twice?
other random
I thought
animal,
I only talked
I
to
think.
He used it for the moose, but that was a day before.
Yeah. So I don't think we talked to anything on the way back.
I can't remember. I thought you had, but if I can't remember it, then I'll allow it. So yeah, you cast Speak with
He
Animal.
talked to
What did I
Tauntaun.
use it? I
That's
did.
right.
I spoke to
You
Tauntaun.
talked-
Oh, you
yeah,
talked to
you
Choco.
have used it twice.
Yeah, Choco. I talked to Choco.
Tauntaun was dead.
Yeah, I did. That's what it was. I was like, did I talk to a bird? What bird would I have talked to? Yeah, no. So I'm like, oh, well, there's some goats up there.
Let me do that so it's not bogging down.
Do you think they will be in our way?
Do they look aggressive?
Neither.
They're standing there menacingly.
They're standing directly out of our way by being on top of that rock.
You
Yeah,
could just walk past them. Don't people walk past goats every day?
Yeah, just don't get hit by them or you're sliding back down.
If you want to do an insight or a nature check on them, you can. It is at disadvantage for you. 7
I'll do
from
one at
Axel.
disadvantage. Screw it.
Do I have
Yeah,
with
that one.
my
I
with my Stonecarver's rune, I automatically have advantage on insight, so it's a 12 for me.
All right. Yeah, Orlin and actually they seem to just be indifferent. Like they're watching you because they don't know what you're doing. But you see fine. Zavros, these are some mean ass goats.
Those goats look hostile as fuck.
You know, I really don't think so.
Maybe
Now-
it's the tiredness.
I do gotta say, I think out of all of us, Zavros is the one who is most attuned with nature. So I think at most we should just be on our guard.
Right, yes. Just don't do anything to startle them.
I'm sure they look indifferent to you guys because you're not as well versed in handling animals as
course.
Zavros is.
I'm gonna kill Zavros today.
You know, if it attacks, you just grab it by the horns and jump onto its back and ride it up the mountain.
I think I would kill the goat. But how big is this? Like, is the main issue with the outcropping just that it's tall? Like, it's going to be a pain in the butt to climb over?
It's just kind of hanging over the path. So it's not directly in the way. You can go around it easily enough. And the path seems to, and the way that boy is trying to bring you seems to be as such that you would go, oh, that's the wrong thing. Oopsie. You can see your
Now we know
path.
where to go.
I don't really care though. But yeah, it seems like it will be easy enough to go around.
Everyone, there's just this dotted line. Why don't we just follow that?
Way to go, Zavros! You really put that in for us.
No, yeah, that's well, I guess we just go. Like, we don't care about the goats.
Yeah. I need to make it to the summit so I can throw myself from it. So.
I will have my hand on the sword just in case the goats attack.
Yeah, so as you start to go under, the goats start bleeding very loud. Not bleeding, bleating very loudly at you as you begin to go underneath.
Demon goats.
How
I only say
hostile,
that
man!
because I've been called out for it before. I was playing a skater who would bleat, and I kept getting to say I was saying bleeding like a goat does. But they begin bleating at you very loudly as you start to go underneath them.
Bah.
Yeah, if you just push on, that's fair enough. But you continue on. So it's about an hour or so later, you're making your way up the mountain. It's not an hour or so, it's been about an hour that you have now gone up the mountain. You see a glistening white expanse of packed snow. Let me. Oh, shoot, dang! I just moved the dotted line. I'm just going to delete the dotted line. It's been nothing but problems for me. I meant to move you. So you come to a glistening white expanse of packed snow. As you're about halfway across it, you hear a loud crack from higher up on the mountain, followed by rumbling noise as the ground starts to shake.
I believe that might be an avalanche that's occurring.
As Zavros calls this out, you look up and you see just a sheet of white is starting to rush down the mountainside. What does everybody do?
Push against the wall.
All right. Orlin wants to push up, try to find a wall to push up against. So everybody else is first instinct. You hear Orlin say this, so you can join him, or you
grab
can
both
run
my
or do
short
something else.
swords and try to stab him in some cracks in the rock.
So you're doing that. Okay. If that's the case, I'm basically following Zavros' lead on all of this. So if he's doing that, I'm going to also get up against and then try to stab my sword to the rock or something. Find a way to wedge myself in to hold on.
All right, what are the other two doing?
Yeah, I guess I'll do the same thing. I'll pull out my daggers and try and get some kind of purchase up under with everybody else.
I will do the same, but I'm going to do a thing because I can do it now. Can I invoke my Giant's Might? so that I become a big boy. And essentially, like, so then because I'll become large, so that I'm covering some of them, and also just so I have a better purchase on this mountainside as well. It lasts for a minute.
Zavros stabs us. He's like, brace yourself on his shoulders, just stabs a rock, and then he starts getting bigger. I'm like, oh!
Okay, so you're becoming bigger and like, sorry, I missed the last portion of that description. Are you trying to cover them with your body as well, or are you just trying to be stronger by becoming bigger?
A little bit of both, like to try and break some of the brunt, especially our little friend here who is only 2 feet tall and is trying to hold on by daggers, which doesn't seem very secure. So mostly trying to shelter Celeste, but then also just so I have more purchase area.
Can I quickly I want to pull out my rope and like chuck it to someone and see so people can at least also hold on via rope if need be, so we're not. So we have like an idea of where everyone's at.
Yeah, we will get to that because you guys are all doing this as this thing is coming down, so it's not like you have time to do everything all at once. So first I want a group survival check to see if you can find an outcropping or like a wall that would give you enough cover for this avalanche, or if you're just going to try and hold on through it against a wall that you might take a hit from.
I'm gonna cast guidance on
that one again.
Zavros, my god!
Zavros and I.
That's
are
3.
dead.
That's 3 nat ones tonight.
I've ever seen.
Oh no, man!
You've thrown so
3 nat
many
ones.
nat ones, dude. Okay, Celeste has a 15. We got a nat 1 from Heinlein and Zavros. Orlin got a 14 and actually got a 20. So
This is what I get. This is specifically what I get for saying I'm following Zavros' lead.
Hell yeah!
It fits the narrative so well.
So as everybody rushes to this wall, it kind of has an overhang to it. Axel gets a little bit bigger to kind of cover the rest of the overhang. Zavros and Heinlein just aren't quite fast enough to notice this, and wouldn't be able to do the following things. Orlin and Axel, were you jabbing any weapons into the wall or just using your strength?
I'll, with my enlarged pick, just like sink it down as far as I can into the snow.
Okay, so then Axel, Orlin, and Celeste can make weapon attacks. And you have your
Question.
hand raised, Heinlein.
Zavros is specifically riding Axel, so would he not also get to the same place that Axel is going to?
Yes, I will allow that, but because Axel has to like kind of stick his pick into the wall, he is still kind of in the open though.
Okay.
So he is still going to be taking, because he wasn't Axel had to set him down essentially to get this hold on as he grew bigger. And Jefferson wasn't able to recover to get to where he needs to. So good hit from you. Orlin, not quite. And Celeste, just there. So as this snow and rocks are tumbling down the side of the mountain, I didn't think this would go this bad for you guys. And I will give one more round for people to attempt to do things to get out of the way. So essentially, you had 2 rounds to do this.
Okay.
Since I seem to be fairly secure, I'll toss out a rope and like wrap it around my arm and toss it out for anyone who needs it, seeing that it's coming very close and not everyone is the most secure.
I guess I would try to grab the rope as it snow's pelting the shit out of me.
Yeah, I'll, obviously I spent too much time waiting on Zavros' lead, and Zavros fucked up, so I didn't get anywhere. So I'm gonna
literally said it was an avalanche.
He waited way too long to tell me what to do with it, though, because I've never been in an avalanche. I will then also try to get to the rope and make my way over, holding on to the rope as best I can.
What you need, boss?
I'll unless I've been pushed back at all.
Nope, you're still against the wall. You just don't have that grip hold.
So for this, do I get a second attempt at that as well?
Yeah, if you'd like
Okay.
to attempt again.
I would, yeah, I like
Can
kind
I-
of look for a crack to stab my dagger in, because that's all I got is one dagger. So I just look for a crack to stab my dagger in and try and make more.
Can I also just yell out again? Casting Bless. We've got this. We can do this. Just, stick as a group and hold on as best you can.
I got really tired the last time you talked to me.
So I'm casting Bless on me, Zavros, and Celeste.
All right, you guys for saving throws have a D4. I lost what I needed here. For how many do I need?
Should have went with my first idea.
Avalanches suck. So yeah, as you all kind of brace yourselves as it starts to come down the mountainside. I need a strength saving throw from everybody. Axel will have advantage. Orlin, you do not because of that dagger. Celeste, you also have advantage on this. And the rest
Then
of you don't
me-
get disadvantage because you have ropes.
And then
Strength
me,
saving
Zavros, and Celeste will all have a D4 to add to it.
Yes,
You said it was a saving throw?
and you have advantage.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
I got,
What is
what did I
with this
get?
campaign and terrible rolls? we had a,
I
I got 11.
we had a
I got
7, a 6, a
7.
5, a 19, and a 24.
Well, I got an 11 because I got the D4.
Yeah, I got
Oh.
I got 23.
I know whose fault this is. I started making my backup character in case we decide to split the party this session.
All right. So, thankfully, avalanches suck when do damage. But
Oh, that's good.
so everybody who failed, which is everybody but Celeste and Axel, will take 6 damage as the snow and rocks pelt you on their way down. You two take half of that, so 3.
Is that all
but-
bludgeoning damage?
All bludgeoning.
Okay.
And then as the snow and ice and rocks sweep over you, Axel, Orlin, and Heinlein, not Axel, sorry, Heinlein, Zavros, and Orlin. It sweeps you up. It doesn't take you over the side, thankfully. You had the rope to hold on to, and though you didn't hold on to it very well, it just made it so you didn't fall off. But you still took this full damage. You are buried within the snow and ice. Axel, being as big as he is at this point, wasn't covered, and he kind of covered Celeste from being completely covered. But you are now blinded and restrained, and have total cover. And you gain another level of exhaustion.
God damn it!
Wait! You do not yet. Sorry, that's future stuff. You do not gain that yet.
Okay.
Okay. I was
Yes.
like, here comes the exhaustion. I knew it.
Did we take damage or no?
You took that 6 damage. That's all you
We
take
took
from an
6,
avalanche.
okay.
It's not great. It's a D10.
That is
But yeah, so
not great.
as your vision is completely covered by the snow, and you're finding it hard to breathe, as you're getting layered over rocks and snow, and Axel turns around to look and see all of you covered, except for Celeste, who has kind of pocketed herself and has her dagger stuck into the wall and has pocketed herself underneath him. That is where we go to break.
Ooh.
So thank you guys for joining us so far.
I love the only 2 that passed were the biggest and the littlest.
There is no in between in the Dale.
You didn't have to worry about holding on to the crack or like with your crack. You could just climb in it.
Yeah.
So
This
we
is
will
my hobby.
rejoin our group to see what happens post-avalanche after this. So thank you so much for joining us. We will be
Thanks
back in
for the
just a
raid.
moment. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Icewind Dale, Rime and the Frostmaiden. In our first half, we had a little bit of a struggle. It was easy enough getting across the tundra itself, avoiding a wandering figure. But once we got to the base camp and started to climb the mountain, our group got taken by an avalanche. So currently we are dealing with the repercussions of this. As you turn around, Axel, in your enlarged form, having covered Celeste up from taking the brunt of this avalanche, you look around. You have the rope in your hand still, but it immediately goes into the snow. And you also don't see Orlin. I am going to need initiative rolls from everybody here. You can click on your token, since there's actually on the screen now.
I clicked too early. I apologize.
No worries, just click again and we can change it.
Now we roll well, when it doesn't matter that much.
Yeah, this is just kind of...
Initiative.
Yes.
Sorry, you cut out. Everything cut out for me for a second, so I...
That's a roll up.
Click your token and do it again. We'll change it to a 9.
Oh, whoops. I forgot we have tokens for once.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
Ah, see, it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter, because it's not an immediate threat, it's just getting to people at certain times. So, Zavris, you are currently covered in ice and snow. You can't move enough to, like, cast somatic spells, or... Somatic's the right word for using your hands for spells?
Yes.
But you're technically restrained, and you are blinded, so you can only see all the snow in front of you. But the way that this works, you are able to make an athletics check, and if you are able to pass the DC, you can start to push your way out of the snow that is slowly compressing your chest down. So if you would like to do that, you can. Or if you have
This is a
non-somatic spells,
disadvantage.
you can do that.
You said athletics?
I said athletics, yes.
This sucks. So this is with disadvantage and a
does.
-1, baby. Let's do it.
Roll high.
I rolled.
Holy
really?
shit. Zavris, you
I'm
begin...
freaking out.
You have... Oh, wait. Yeah, you don't... I forgot. It's a check. You have exhaustion. You get a 6.
Yeah.
So yeah, you
I got
are...
a 6.
You start to try and struggle as the snow and ice is slowly pushing down on you, and you aren't able to start making your way out. Next, Orlin, you find yourself in a very similar situation. Nothing but white around you. You can use non-somatic spells or attempt to climb your way out with an athletics check.
Non-somatic spells, huh? Okay, that does limit it a little bit, huh?
A little bit.
Shoot, dang. Alright, let me look at my spells then, because I had an idea, but it's somatic, so... Give me a second.
I cast fireball on myself.
Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I can't use any of my spells. So, I will start to try and dig my way out of here.
Alright.
16.
16. You push your hands and you start clawing your way towards what you assume to be the surface of this snow. It'll take you a little bit to get through it, but you are starting to make your way out. Next in line, Celeste, you are not covered, but you see snow all around you. And actually, would you like to explain what you look like currently in your enlarged state?
Yeah, so even though it happened very quickly, from his necklace that has all of those runes carved on it in the gems, just like this burst of multicolored runes came out and almost form a larger outline around him of this kind of nondescript giant, almost looks like it's made out of like putty or clay, like very basic eyes and nose, but this larger form that exists probably 2-3 feet above his already massive frame.
And with that, what would you like to do with your turn?
So I imagine Celeste has is like around one of Axel's arms, and is like, "Whoa, that was so cool!" Do I see anybody? Can you see anybody? Where did everybody go? Should I make a perception check to see if I could see people?
You can, yeah.
18.
You see Axel. You see the rope that he's holding that goes into the snow, and that is it currently.
You look strong. Here, I'm gonna give you a little bit of help. I'm gonna cast guidance on him to try and pull that rope that he has.
All right.
I'm 2 feet tall.
Fair enough. Next is Axel. You have this rope in your hand. You have this halfling who has just gave you guidance.
Because last I saw, everyone was holding onto the rope,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
So I think then, and I'm assuming Zavros is the closest to me since I set him down. But I would like going down the rope, like picking it up as I'm going, trying to see like looking in the snow around where the rope is and picking it up as I go.
All right. I will need athletics checks from you and Heinlein and Zavros. You start to feel this rope tugging as Axel is reeling in. I need athletics checks from both of you as well.
And Axel can add a D4.
Unfortunately, Axel's not the one that.
All
As
my
the
good
problem-
rolls are being saved for Sunday. Tune in on Sunday for the death incarnate.
As you're starting to reel this thing up, Zavros, you kind of had loosened your grip on it as you were attempting to escape the first time. You see this rope slip out of your hands up into the snow, and Heinlein, at the very last second, you feel the rope slide from your hands as well.
Ooh. He's trying to abandon us. Take his rope back and go. Okay.
So do I? No one comes up. Fuck.
No one comes up, just the rope. Yep. I will say that's your
I mean,
interactive object, so you can attempt something else if you'd like.
Okay, seeing because I was envisioning like I was walking and picking up the rope at the same time, so seeing like no one came up with the rope and it lost all tension. I'll kind of backtrack to where I started and just start scooping as much snow as I can, trying to find where I think people might be. Again, based off of like where the rope was, I know they should be close to that.
Yeah, roll a d20 for me.
Okay.
Squashes one in his ginormous state.
Ooh.
Yeah, like,
no, that's good. 9.
Yeah, you kind of get the general location of where you should find them, but because of when you pulled the rope out, like the snow just filled in where the hole would have been, so you aren't able to find anybody on this round. But
Cool.
you've cleared out one area, so there's that. Heinlein, you again covered in snow. 17. You begin to
17.
you get that determination that you were trying to give everybody else to get through this, and you begin to push your way out of the snow.
Yeah, the rope pulls out of my hand, and I can kind of tell with that like maybe like, oh shit, there's still like a place. I'm reorienting myself, and I'm like, all right, I can get myself out of this. I won't die in a spot like this.
Yes, it's very good. You begin to push your way out. Zavros, my friend, you can once again make this attempt. You have disadvantage on your athletics check, and the rope has just been pulled out of your hands.
Let's do it.
7. You just aren't able. Like, there's a rock kind of pinning down one of your shoulders. You aren't able to wriggle enough to free yourself. You know what direction you have to go, but you aren't able to make any advancement on that. Orlin, you, on this turn, you can continue forward. Do another athletics check for me, please.
13.
13. Because you've already started making your way and you know your direction, the DC was lower after the initial success, so you are able to push. And Axel, you see, and Celeste, you see Orlin's hands start to push through the top of the snow as he pulls his way out.
I did not come this far to die now. as I'm just ripping snow trying to get up.
Celeste.
Do I see like any indents in the snow where people are trying to come up?
Do a perception check.
6.
You
even
do
with
not. You
guidance.
just see where Orlin has come out and where Axel's starting to dig. And he doesn't seem to find anybody yet.
Do you want me to help you to dig, or do you want me to just give you a little extra put?
I do not know which one would be more helpful.
I'm gonna give Axel guidance again because I don't know if I could dig. I think he could dig better than I could. But yeah, I'm gonna cast guidance on Axel again. Sorry, I don't know what else to do.
Right. Axel, I will allow you to do a perception check instead of a straight luck check, and you do get the guidance when you're trying to find Zavras.
Okay, perception. Yeah,
Let me die.
baby didn't even need fucking guidance.
Yeah, you look and you're like, oh, obviously this is where I left him, and you just scoop one hand down in and you pull Zavras out of the snow.
As he pulls
It's
me up,
like-
I can't believe I've come this far just to die.
Like, give him a
Oh,
little shake
hello.
to get the snow off, and then set him down in the snow and start looking for Heinlein.
All right. And Heinlein, make your athletics check. Hopefully your final one.
Hopefully, my final one before I die. 17 again.
You turn to start to go look for Heinlein, and you as well start to see the snow part as Heinlein pushes his way out.
That's 2. Where's the other one?
You gotten all three.
Oh, Orlin. Okay.
Orlin and Heinlein pushed their way out, and Zavras got scooped out by Axel.
Zavros.
Yes.
Good. Is everyone okay?
Yeah, just peachy. I'm doing great, considering all of you almost fell off the cliff and just like point to the cliff that probably isn't that far away.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's like 40 feet from where you guys are.
Maybe trying to just stand in the avalanche wasn't the best idea.
I ran for the rock there. Best idea. But okay.
You definitely don't want to try and outrun one.
Yeah, that
Oh, I can't run. I can't outrun anything. So
Axel, I'll say with your nat 20 perception, after you scooped Zavras out of the snow, you look back down into where you scooped him from, and you see bits of cloth under, like a little bit to the side of where Zavras was.
I scooped that as well.
You scoop your hand down in, and you pull out a human figure covered in snow, very rugged looking. He has a beard that's just filled with ice and snow as well. He seems, from what you can tell, his eyes are closed currently. And as soon as you pull him out, Boy, who I forgot to do a check for the avalanche, he just lived.
I was about to ask where Boy was.
He died. No, he's fine.
He died.
Boy starts barking with extreme intensity as you pull this figure out of the snow.
I just like, can I do a quick medicine check on him to see if he's even alive?
Yeah.
I'll give him guidance on it.
Oh,
Oh,
I
actually,
think I
no,
would
he
still
still
have
has guidance because it lasts a
Oh, yeah,
minute.
that's true. You can put some guidance on that.
12 total.
He has a very faint breath still. Like you run your giant spectral or clay-like hand past his face, and you can feel very faint breath coming from his nose.
I'll just. I don't
Do
know.
you,
I'm just
do you say
holding
he's
this
kind of
man.
breathing?
Yeah, I'm like,
Wait,
you're the light,
hold on.
not by much.
I walk over. I like hoist myself going over. Is this who we've been looking? Is this boy's master?
Well, he seems to think so.
All right.
There's
That
one
means
way.
we're close. I think everybody here, one little avalanche isn't enough to stop us. I think that's a good showing of our forces and our ability to keep going everywhere. So I think, as long as this man's all right, we'll be able to get ourselves up there and kill that Yeti in no time. And I think if we just keep pushing, if there's anything more, we can really get this done soon. And with that, I'm using my Turn the Tide ability, which is as a bonus action, you can bolster injured creatures within with my channel divinity. So each creature of my choice that can hear me within 30 feet regains hit points equal to 1d6 plus 3. So I'm going to roll that d6.
Yes.
So everyone
so
gets 5
cool.
HP back.
5 HP. So as you bolster
Oh,
everybody,
if it has... Oh, wait, you know what? If it has no more than half of its hit points. So it's just the guy.
Oh,
He's the only one who gets it back.
So as you're speaking, actually, you look at this blood-stained person in your hands, and suddenly his eyes shoot open, just as he's staring up at this, essentially a monster.
Are you
Another
close,
Yeti.
friend?
Oh, who are you? Where? What are you? You are muted, good sir.
I just like, if I can, I'll drop my, like, as I'm putting him down, drop my enlarged form and be like, we are friends, we found your dog, and then we found you.
You found boy, and as soon as he says that, the boy's already on top of him, just licking him, and jumping all over him. So, oh, thank you. But I'm the least of the concern. We gotta help the others.
gosh, and we will. But first, we're gonna warm you up. Let's make our way back to the wall. I want to start moving toward the same wall that we pressed up against.
Yeah. You guys move him over. We can't wait long though. The Yeti could have gotten him already. I tried to draw the Yeti away, but I could only pull him so far down the mountain before he caught up to me.
I break a chicken bone and I throw it, and it lights a fire. Just casting create bonfire.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
So that's what you use all those pots for.
Where are the others? Could you tell us where they are on the path, how we could get to them? You are in no shape to be going up the mountain.
Last I saw, they're further up the mountain. We were climbing towards the top, looking for something. When the Goliath I was with was looking for somebody, some creature, and a Yeti ambushed us from a snowdrift. We tried to escape, but I don't know what all happened to everybody. I ran to try and draw the Yeti away, and it followed me most of the way down, but I don't know what happened to the others. We were close by a cave when it jumped us.
What was the Goliath who was with you? Who were they?
The Goliath has a name. Hold
Right.
on, I have it.
That's a good one too.
Oh, Mokingo. He was looking
Mokingo.
for some kind of Oyamin, something. I can't remember. Some Goliath word, I think. And there's a halfling and a tiefling with him as well. uh, uh, Perilou and Asterix were their names.
It's probably a wild guess, but do I recognize that name at all?
You can roll a history check.
Sure. Okay. History. 6. I do not.
You do not know. He might have just either he wasn't from the same tribe as you, or maybe he was younger than you were. But the Oya means something to you.
Yeah, I'm looking through my document to try and find the name of it.
Yeah.
Oya Minartok? Oya Minartok?
Yes.
Yes. The they were speaking of it is an old Goliath legend. Scary creature that will come and take you in the night if you are a naughty child. It looks like can be a big polar bear or like big scary winter creature.
Yeah, you're saying something about testing himself again. I don't know, but I was just hired to get them there and also get them back. So I'm not leaving without them.
Sounds like your best friend, Zavrosh.
You could say that.
Well, I think we should probably keep moving through.
All right, well, let's get going then. He starts to stand up and brush some of the snow and ice off of him.
Are you going to be able to fight in that condition?
I might not be able to fight, but I can help you get up there. It gets more treacherous further up you go, and I can show you how to get to the cave.
Right.
How bad off are you? Do you need a little oomph in your step?
I mean, to be honest, I've felt better, but I can make it. Don't worry about me.
All right, just you let me know. We can put a stake in that problem. Lickety split.
Can I get? How do I want to do this? Can I get a? Who wants to roll a d6 for me?
I'll do it. Oh, Island's
Got
out.
it.
That works.
And then everybody 5, huh? Oh, let's do this. All right. 1 second here while I get everything sorted. You can continue talking.
I think that just means only 5 of us 7 will make it, right?
Never.
We're gonna come back and Shanar's just gonna be scattered about from the dogs and chewing on her bones.
Oh no!
Give my arm back.
Zavrosh. How do you feel about a bit of competition?
Oh, I'm always down for competition, he says with his eyes like half closed, and he just looks like someone beat the shit out of him.
Perhaps you should get closer to the fire. Have you been eating your calories?
Does meat have calories in it?
Would you like some to find out?
Honestly, I feel like drinking right now would probably make it worse.
Celeste, I'm really sorry. I didn't realize I was going to waste my turn the tide ability there, and I cut you off thinking I was going to heal everybody. So I'm really sorry for cutting you off for a waste of an ability.
No,
Probably should have
no.
just let you heal that guy.
you don't know what my abilities are, so it's quite all right for you to think you can do better.
Yeah, no, there was one whole. I can't read well. I've got an intelligence of 9, I think. Wisdom of 11, intelligence of 9. So I totally thought I was going to heal everybody in that situation, and that was a foolish mistake because one whole line told me no.
Hey, sure. Can I take a look, up and down of this guy?
Yeah.
Celeste kind of. Check. How tall is Heinlein? Like, what is?
He's like 5'8".
She kind of pats like his forearm because she can't reach his shoulder, but her arm is still like, way up. You healed the most important one.
Could I, instead of doing perception, could I get up close to him, be like, just want to look you over? And could I get? I want to do investigation.
Yeah, I'll allow that.
I kind of want to focus on maybe like his fingers. His. Oh, sorry, that was intimidation. Oops. 20. Look, kind of like pull back his gums. I'm like, just checking to see if you're dehydrated. Yeah. Do I notice anything weird?
You don't see anything strange. You see like early signs of frostbite starting to set in. And like it seems like he got hit at some point, like he might have been clawed in the back or something by whatever was the Yeti, assumably that's what it was chasing him, but he doesn't seem like dehydrated yet.
Yeah, so what I'll tell you, so what I was doing is I wanted to see if this guy, it came to my head that this guy could be the Yeti and just doesn't know he's the Yeti kind of situation, and I was like, I want to see if this guy's the Yeti.
Yeah, you don't see anything that would assume that he would like turn into something.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where I was going with that though.
Orlin, as you are attempting to look over this guy, like you're pulling back his gums, he's like, what are you looking at? Axel, you suddenly feel as something hits you directly in the back. It feels like a large creature. As I throw my dice off the desk. Does a 21 hit you?
Yes.
As just this large force pounces into you, and you feel these claws sink into your back, and you take 7 points of damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay, well, I'm good at those. 13.
You're able to just barely catch yourself as all of you see this enormous white cat hits Axel in the back and wheels around, and from above you hear a as you look up, and another giant white cat is standing just above you on the ridge that you had taken shelter under. I need initiative from everybody, please.
You mean these two fuckers have been following us ever since we saw them the first time?
You don't know.
21. Ooh, baby.
I forget Zavros is at the mountain. He left everyone behind.
15. You guys.
Oh boy. They rolled well.
I did, if you didn't see that sharp, I did use my Stone's Endurance to reduce that damage.
Okay, cool. Sorry, turn order's being slow.
I like how this map points out there's an avalanche here, so the avalanche never occurs until we walk there. So if we avoid the mountain, there's never an avalanche.
Essentially.
Schrodinger's snow, you know?
All right. Yes, it would. And what did our boy Garrett roll? What is your dex, my dude? Oh, Garrett. Is there a way to just put this in order without me dragging everything around?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, there should be a button under like editing the turn order.
Yeah, the little gear, and then you can do it in descending.
All right. So at the start of initiative, Garrett goes first, but as you may or may not know, not great at fighting. So he kind of tucks himself behind all of you up against the wall of the cliffside here. So like the Craig cat that's above him cannot see him currently because it's kind of an overlook, just enough that he can tuck himself away. Orlin. This isn't exactly how they're laid out. Let's actually do a general layout of them. So there'd be one about here, hit Axel. It's like, this is general. This isn't specifically how far apart they are. This is just like kind of where everybody is.
Like what things look like.
Yeah. And like, obviously I'm using the bottom of the mountain, but it just works out better for that overhang. You guys rode into the game. Just fine. That's how I wanted that to work.
Wait, oh, is that boy?
Yep, boy is the wolf.
Cool. All right. So, seeing that our buddy's trying to hide, I would kind of like run over, away from him a little bit, but keep myself against this wall, so that crag cat couldn't see me. Still, like he's doing. Only I want to move away from him, so I don't give away his position when I cast magic missile at the one that attacked our boy Axel.
All right.
Boo, boom, boom. So 6 and then 11 total.
And 11 as these magical missiles start flying out and hitting this Craig cat behind you. Axel, as he cries out in pain. 11 damage, you say?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Anything else from you?
No, I just tuck back up against the wall. That's it.
All right. The Craig cat's turn. So this one that's already at you, Axel, is going to once again try and reach out with its claws to rake at you with only a 13. Which I assume will miss. But the other one is going to jump down from on top of the cliffside. Orlin and Garrett are kind of tucked in. So it's going to jump after Heinlein here. Ooh, that is for a 22 to hit.
I think that hits.
Do you think or you know?
Yeah.
9 damage to you, and I need a strength saving throw.
Okay.
As this thing is trying to land on top of you and knock you prone.
Strength saving throw. That's a 9.
Yeah, so this enormous cat just lands on top of you, putting its claws into you and pushing you down. And as it has you down on the ground, it goes for a bite into your neck. 23.
That one hits.
That one hits. This one's going to hurt a little bit more. No, it's not. As 5, as it just barely makes purchase over the armor around your shoulders. And that is the Craig cat's turns. As this thing jumps down on you, Boy rushes out to jump and bite the Craig cat from behind. He does get advantage on this. He got a nat 20. So he launches in and attempts to bite this Craig cat. Oh, I wasn't aware of that. Thank you for reminding me. I don't think I heard that. You roll these. For 11 points of piercing damage as it just bites into the haunches of this crate cat. I instantly forgot how much it took. 11. All right, Zavras.
Where am I exactly?
Where are you exactly?
I'm
Oh yeah, that's
still-
right. I
still
had you like up in the mountain. Like this is just like general positioning, so it's not that you are exactly there. But there is a Cray Cat on Heinlein, not too far from you. And Axel has one behind him as well.
Let's see. All right, so I'm going to shoot at the one that is going after Heinlein. I do have the Slayer's Prey feature,
Alright.
which I'll go ahead and put that. Starting at 3rd level, you can focus your ire on one foe, increasing the harm you inflict on it. As a bonus action, you designated one creature you can see within 60 foot of you as the target of this feature. The first time, each turn that you hit that target with a weapon attack, it takes an extra 1d6 damage.
All right. Yeah, you
So,
can
I'm gonna
focus
try and...
your ire on these Cray Cats, making them your target. You need that extra d6.
Let's try it. Yay. 13.
A 13 will hit. Which one were you shooting?
Oh, sweet. The one that was attacking Heinlein.
Okay.
Wasn't one attacking Heinlein?
Yep, one has him prone currently. It's like pinning him down, kind of. Not like truly, but flavorfully. So
I don't
8,
know
and
if this
then you
plus
can roll
3 is coming from.
The 3 is if you crit.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
Yep,
yeah,
so
yeah.
8, and then you can roll a d6 as well. For your extra damage.
For 12.
Total of 12. This Cray Cat is just taking damage as it's trying to take down Heinlein. It's still standing, but not looking great. I wasn't aware you had to leave soon. If you have to dip, we
No,
can...
I can do it for this fight.
Okay, cool.
We
We will try and get through this quick. It shouldn't take too long, hopefully. Axel, it is your turn.
Great. I'm gonna do so many things. One, I'm gonna get big again. So just like, again, all these runes and then solidify. Not quite as muddy this time. More like clay, a little bit solid, getting a better handle on it. But I'm gonna become a big boy again. I am then going to hit this Craig Cat that is on my butt. Oh, only
You
an
unfortunately miss
11.
as you get huge. You kind of mistime the swing as it's able to duck out of your way.
I am gonna action surge because I want to hit this thing.
All
I
right.
have so many cool things I can do. Fucking A, I do nothing. Nothing.
You kind of bring it back
Absolutely
around
nothing.
and just bring it down into the snow around you. Heinlein, you're currently prone with this Cray Cat right above you.
Yep. It's going to take a lot more than that to make sure that we're taking down Kitty Cat. And that's both me using some lay on hands and my bonus action to Shield of Faith.
All right. And do you stand up or you stay prone?
I'll get up, yeah.
Alright.
I like make myself up as I'm saying this.
Celeste.
How bad are the two catty boys, i.e. Heinlein and Axel, looking?
Without using an action to actually look into it further, the one with Heinlein looks worse, but they're still...
No, I mean, like, how does Heinlein and Axel look? I don't really care about the cat.
Oh, without further insight,
Yeah.
they are still... I think they're looking fine. I can't actually see their HP currently either.
I'm fine. Like, I resisted most of the cat's attack on me. So
My-
I look the same.
My neck and shoulder are bleeding.
So I will still do this thing. I'm gonna pull out the stake out of my holster, and I'm gonna rub it, and it's gonna start glowing, and I'm gonna crouch down. All right, this looks like it's gonna hurt, but it's really not. And I'm gonna stab it into Heinlein, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on him.
All right.
So as it hits, it doesn't go in, but it like kind of bathes him in this like soft yellow goldish light. So you get one healing.
Oh! What are you doing back there?
And then I'm gonna move back away from these cats.
All right.
I thought that would go a little better. I'm sorry.
You thought stabbing me in the back was gonna go better?
I did.
Garrett takes his turn to try nat 20 on his stealth, so he's gonna like kind of hide behind some of the avalanche debris that had come down to get away from these cats. Orlin.
All right. Gonna do the old sprinkle a little bit of dust or ash on the ground. It like seeps into the snow, into this like black shadow, and it like shoots across the snow to underneath the crag cat fighting Axel. As I cast Toll the Dead, these spectral hands come up and start like raking across the cat. So a wisdom save.
10.
Okay, that is a fail. Why didn't it roll the damage this time, but it's rolled it all the other times?
I think because you put the spell's actual wording instead of rolling the
I don't
save
know.
is.
I don't know why it decided to change. Hold on a second. Let me.
Did you click the name of the spell, or did you click the little bubble, chat bubble?
I thought I clicked the name of the spell, but I could be wrong. It rolled, but it's not telling me the damage now. Okay, it's it should be 1d12 since he's already hurt.
Yeah.
So I'll just roll. So let's roll 12. 3, of course.
Yeah, these spectral hands start to claw this cat and pull a little bit of his essence down with them. It's Craig Cat's turns. So this one that's in front of Axel is going to continue to try and attack him with a 17.
Misses.
Tries to claw through this clay and mud that's now making up your body. And the other one is actually going to make a check because it's being attacked from both sides. It actually turns around to try and attack Boy, who is directly in front of it. That's cocked. For a nat 1, so like as it's wheeling, it's not able to bring the claws down on this dog that's attacking it from behind as well. Boy's turn is going to try to bite him back. Hey, Boy's rolling good.
Before Boy's turn, I'm going to invoke my Stone Ruin. So as I avoid this attack, the clay form turns into more gray and turns a lot taller as I point at the Craig Cat on Heinlein. And I need a wisdom saving throw from that Craig Cat, please.
I didn't throw it in the box. Same roll anyway. 13.
13 is the save, so it manages to resist it as like this cloudy look comes across its face, but manages to fight it.
Actually, let's see if Boy crits again. He doesn't, but he still hits. As Boy bites into this Cray Cat's face as it's trying to come around to attack him. Doing another 9 damage. Boy is out here.
That's why Boy survived and got throughout, and the others 5 didn't.
Right.
Davros.
You're a better hunter than me, boy. I gave you some scritches, and then I'm going to shoot another arrow at the one that was attacking Highland, the one that I damaged previously.
All right.
Love me, give me a nat 20. Nope, 20.
All right, roll
30,
damage.
20. 9 plus. Oh my god! 10.
As this thing wheels around and tries to claw at Boy. Boy's able to jump all the way and retaliate by clamping onto its face. And as Boy's kind of holding it in position, you knock an arrow and put it right into its neck, dropping this Cray Cat where it stands. And it is
Hell
down.
yeah! Aimed right at its eye when it was going for Boy.
Yeah.
And with that, I would say I'd probably scurry around the ledge, trying to get a better vantage point on the other crag cat.
All right. Axel.
I'm gonna try hit it again. No, I
Not
can't hit
hit.
it, and it can't hit me. Great, that's all I can do.
Heinlein.
As I see this one drops below, right next to me, I look up and see the one that Axel's dealing with, and I'll just walk over there. And as I do, I unsheath the sword, point at it, and then strike. Let's see if my dice roll betrays me or not here. 23
You hit.
for 8 damage.
You slash into this Cray Cat that's trying to deal with this ever-growing Axel. Put a meaty hit into right behind its front shoulder. It is now Celeste's turn.
Yeah, seeing as how what I did the last time didn't really work, and she's a little, she expected to do more. She is going to use that same, stake, and she's gonna kind of use a whipping motion towards the crag cat, and she's gonna cast, Eldritch Blast, and this gleaming gold light comes out and misses.
And misses. Yeah, it just shoots off past him. You can't quite get a good hit on it as Axel is kind of blocking the majority of your view of this Cray Cat. We got a hiding Garrett. It is now Orlin's turn.
Those spectral hands will just continue to scratch at the cat.
All right, go for it. All right, I gotta go for it first.
Yeah.
14.
That passes. Damn.
Damn. The Cray Cat. It's seen its fallen ally and everybody trying to gang up on it and no longer has the advantage. It takes a disengage and goes to run towards the side of the cliff face where you would have fallen from the avalanche earlier. We did determine it was about 40 feet, so it gets right to the edge of the cliff there as it's about ready to pounce down the side and run away from you guys. Boy will go back to Garrett on his turn, having taken down the Cray Cat and the other one running for it. Zavras.
I wish I had speak with animals so I could try to convince this thing that if I give it food, if I could ride its back up the mountain because I'm tired as hell. Yeah, Zavros is gonna, he caught these before, maybe not these two, but he caught some tracks before hunting them. So he's gonna try and put it down, especially with all the other people in the area. So yeah, I'm designating that bad boy now with my bonus action.
I believe it's just all Cray Cats, isn't it? It's not just a specific
It
one?
says I designate a creature.
Okay.
At least I think it said that.
Was that
At least-
Hunter's Mark?
No, it's
No,
it's
no,
this
no.
thing. I will look into
Slayer
it further because it doesn't really matter right now.
Designate
Yeah.
one creature you can see.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yep, you do have to move it then.
All right, here we go.
Attack a free Hunter's Mark.
For a 8 or 19.
That will hit.
Watch me roll a 1 again. I knew it! Another 10.
You launch this arrow off after this fleeing Cray Cat, and it takes it hard, but it's barely standing as it's about
Right
to
in the
go
butt
down the side of the
cheek.
mountain.
And that'll be my turn.
Axel, it is 40 feet away from you currently.
I'm. Can I? Oh no, Zavros is up on the cliff face, so he's not close to me. Never mind. I was gonna pick him up and run with him. I'll run over and I'll take my dash action just so I'm next to it. It has to disengage again, so it can't get as far away.
All right. Heinlein.
All right. Never turn your back on your foe. And I go to try and slash at it, but I think it's already mid-leap.
Yeah, it's 40 feet away from you, so you'd only be able to get 30 feet to it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Then yeah. Never mind then.
Yep. Celeste.
Yeah, my stake is gonna kind of glow a little bit, and she's gonna cast Eldritch Blast at the Crag Cat again. For a 20 this time.
20 will hit. As you shoot this Eldritch Blast and it connects into its back, it's like beginning to leap down, and you connect with it, and you see the body goes limp, and it starts to tumble down the side of the mountainside as you have defeated the 2 Crag Cats. And that is where we're going to end today's session. Midway up the mountain, we'll see you guys next time. We're going to do a quick little sign off here. We went a little later than we should have, but that's fine. So thank you guys all so much for joining us again. Be sure to follow everybody here. Follow Swindler's Den at all social medias. We've got at Bumbleskum on Twitter. We got at Little Growth. We got at DytoDnD. Grizz, follow him on Swindler's Den. We have at TommieTaco, where the A is a 4 instead of an A. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.